If you are not sure what to do during a no contact period, or you've heard that working on yourself is what you should be doing and you're not really sure what that means, I am going to cover that for you. I'm going to give you the information that you need so that you feel like you have a roadmap, so that you don't feel lost anymore during the no contact period, because I know how incredibly stressful that can be, right? In case you don't know who I am, my name is Danny, and I'm one of the coaches here at Love Advice TV. And I am so happy to be able to sit here and talk to you guys about this subject, because honestly, it's probably one of the most asked questions in my one-on-one coaching sessions. So let's assume that you have already gone into a no contact period, right? Or you finally decided to go into a no contact period and you're just like, what should I be doing? What is this time? How am I going to spend this time? And you probably hear it a lot in the videos that we've put out, which is self-development, right? That's the key point of a no contact period. Not only that, but it gives time for the dust to settle when it comes to emotions, negative emotions, right? Anger, frustration, resentment, sadness, you name it. But what does self-development really mean, right? And how does that look like? First and foremost, self-development is about you taking a step back and really reflecting not only on the situation itself, right, the breakup, but your part in the breakup. So accountability, right? And it's very difficult for people to be able to sit with those demons, to be honest with you, you know? And a lot of the times for a lot of people, maybe this might be the case for you, it's subconscious. You didn't even realize that there was an issue in the relationship. You didn't realize that you were contributing to the relationship in a negative way because maybe you're not the greatest at communicating, or maybe you're not the greatest with navigating your emotions. But at the end of the day, if you're going to try to get that person back, consider this period of time as like a study period, right? You're not going to pass the test if you don't study, unless you're one of those like really smart people who don't have to study and then you get to pass the test. And if that's you, then because that wasn't me. But you need to study, right, to pass the test. And the test here is at the end of this no contact period, when you reach out to your ex or when you open up the lines of communication, there has to be a level of confidence and detachment from the situation in order for you to succeed. So during this period of time, it's going to be about reflection. That's number one, right? Understanding what went wrong, understanding what happened, and understanding yourself and your emotions. The second thing here is you got to rebuild your confidence. When you go through a breakup, it's a major hit to your ego. You doubt everything about yourself. You ask a million different questions. What did I do wrong? How come this happened? Why is this happening to me? But here's the reality of the situation. I think a lot of people after a breakup, and it's understandable, fall into this rut of victimizing themselves, right? And I know that this is a trigger word for a lot of people, but hear me out. Instead of asking the question how, it's important that you ask the question why, right? How is like, how could they do this to me? How can they walk away from me? How can they throw this relationship away? How can they hurt me knowing that I've already been through these issues in the past? And what that does is that puts you in a victim mindset as opposed to asking why. Why did this happen? Why would they feel they needed to walk away from the relationship? Why were they uncomfortable, right? What that actually helps you to do is to actually analyze and reflect on the breakup and the relationship at a deeper level. And in doing that, you start to recognize certain patterns of behavior that maybe were not the best, and then you can start to work on those things, right? Going back to the confidence piece, as you start to become aware of the things that went wrong and how you contributed to the breakdown of the relationship, then you can start to prioritize yourself and invest time and energy into rebuilding yourself, because there's going to be a rebuilding process. There's no way around it, right? This sucks. This hurts. And I wish that I can tell you that there's one solution to make the pain go away, but unfortunately, There is not. So you're going to have to be patient with yourself. You're going to have to be compassionate with yourself and empathetic with yourself. So in order to rebuild confidence, give yourself time to grieve, right? Give yourself time to heal and process what just happened. And after you've given yourself some time to do that, start to put yourself out there. Start to step outside of your comfort zone. Start to do things that you've been wanting to do that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to do, or that you've been too scared to do, or that you haven't reserved the time for because you were too focused on X, Y, and Z, right? This will start to rebuild that sense of confidence. And that's, again, one of the most important parts. After you start to feel much better about yourself and you start to feel like, okay, I'm kind of getting my mojo back and I'm feeling like myself again, then it's time to reflect again, right? Stop and ask yourself where you're at mentally and emotionally. Do you feel good? Do you feel better? Do you feel attractive again? If you don't feel attractive, then we shift to let's work on the attraction factor, right? So what does that mean? Does that mean getting in the gym? Does that mean working on your nutrition? Does that mean changing your wardrobe, getting a new haircut? All these little pieces over this period of time they're meant to build you back up to the version of yourself that you were when you initially met your ex, but a better version of that, right? Because now you have history, now you have memories, now you have all of these things that you've built. So it's not going to be possible to rekindle the relationship as if you've never met before, but you can meet each other again and start a new dynamic with this new modified version of yourself. So it'll feel new and different, but there will still also be this level of familiarity to it, which is what we are looking for. So when we say self-development, that's what we're talking about. Investing the time in yourself, understanding that you need to heal and process, taking accountability for your actions, reflecting on the situation, understanding what went wrong, and then actually starting on the attraction factor even before you reconnect with your ex. Because the reality of the situation is that you have to feel good. You have to feel attractive. You have to feel sexy. You have to love yourself in order to actually believe that you can re-attract your ex, that they can love you in that way. Because keep in mind, when they walk away from the relationship, like I said, that's a blow to the ego. So it makes you doubt whether you have the ability to re-attract them again, or if they even want to be in a relationship with you, which is why it is so important that you actually utilize this time to heal and process and essentially re-attract yourself first before we begin the process of re-attracting your ex. So don't put the cart before the horse. Don't try to jump ahead. Don't sit in a no contact period and do absolutely nothing. That is the biggest mistake that you can make. And I can tell you from my personal experience working with clients over the years, a lot of people will apply a no contact period because that is what they think that they should be doing strategically, but they will not make any changes. And then they'll come to me and say, it's been 60 days, it's been 90 days, it's been 3 months, it's been 9 months, and nothing has changed. And I usually ask the question, if nothing has changed, what about you has changed? Right? And if nothing about you has changed, what were you expecting? Right? It's so important to invest the time now. And look, even if you're unable to get back with your ex, at the end of the day, this period of time elevated you, it improved you. You're a new version of yourself, which means that opens the door to many other possibilities for you as well. So either way, you win if you actually invest the time and do the no contact period the right way. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. I hope you found it informative. Please make sure you're leaving a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you've experienced this, if you're currently going through this. Maybe tips and strategies that you used yourself that worked, or strategies that you used that did not work. Either way, love to have open conversations with you guys, and we try to answer as many of the comments as we possibly can. And if you have not yet, make sure you are subscribing to the channel so you get informed whenever we put out new material. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and thanks for sitting down and having a chat with me. I'll see you in the next video.